everybody, welcome to my video. Today we are doing another project for Hello Christmas. So as we're getting ready for the holidays and for Christmas, and I know I am starting to gather stuff for gifts. There's always a lot of people where I need maybe some small cutesy gifts, and the school is definitely a place where I need those kinds of things. I always do gifts for most of the holidays: Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, let's see, like spring break, fall break. I always take in gifts to the teachers and the office staff. We have a really small school, so our office staff is really only 2 ladies. And then I have 3 teachers that I take gifts for. So one of the things that I like to do is find ways to do kind of little things that maybe don't cost a ton, but are cute and maybe reusable. Something that like is definitely for the office staff. I've done things where they can have things on their desk, like sitting on their desk, or at home maybe if they have like a little desk, or, you know, just sit by the phone or something like that. And this I found, and I thought this would be so perfect for the ladies at the office, for Miss Vicky and Miss Sarah. So it is this thing right here. I'm going to show you guys. I've done a few things, but I'm going to show you what I've done. So I found this at Walmart. Here's the label. It is Hampton Home, Hampton Art, and this was really inexpensive. So this was, I think, $3 and some change. However, I found it in a really weird place. Now, it didn't, let me show you how it looked before I decorated it. So this is how it looks when it's not decorated. And I was back, okay, so when you go into a Walmart and you go back into where the fabric is and the yarn is, and then there's always this section that they have that is like yarn and beads, and then they have like some bead organization stuff, like some little like clear boxes that kind of look like this, where it's like some organizational stuff for like beading. So I was back in that area, and they had this little tiny section set up, and it was like this home stuff. Like there was some of these, there was some like fake floral things, and a couple vases, like glass vases, and then there were some like chalkboards that were framed out that you could get for like home decor. And it was literally like the smallest little display, and I saw these and I loved them, and I thought, well, I wanted them just because they were cute, right? Like, have you ever done that? You go into a store and you're like, oh my god, I need that, it's so cute, but what am I going to do with it? Like, what am I going to put in it? So I thought about these for a month, you guys. For 1 month, it's all I could think about. Is I didn't buy it at first because I was like, I don't need it, but I needed it. So then what I realized is actually my essential oils fit perfect in here. So I get my essential oils from Eden's Garden, and a ton of them will line up, and then you can stack these like this, so they stack together. So I actually bought 2 of them for my essential oils, and I lined them all up, and then my roller, my little roller piece, not jars, but like the roller containers, they fit in one, and then they stack up in my room, and it looks perfect. So after I did that, I was like, okay, I need to decorate these. And so what I did is I got a couple of them. They're a pretty good size. So in here, the designer paper is 6 by 6. So that's going to give you a little bit of an idea of how large these are. So it's a little bit more than 6 by 6. I would say it's probably like 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. So what I did is I took some festive farmhouse designer paper. I think this would have been really pretty in the Joyous Noel paper, but y'all know that is sold out. So that is a bummer. So you could paint this. I was thinking this would be really easy to paint. I was thinking about painting it black. I thought that would look really cute. And so what I did is I took the festive farmhouse paper and I just did it on each end. So all I did was measure, it was like 4, from here to here is about 4 1/4. So the height from the very top of it is about 4 1/4, and then the whole width of this is like 6 1/4. So I just laid this down, and I used an X-Acto knife to cut around it. I laid it like this and drew inside where the paper was right here. And then I used scissors to cut this out. And I just did a, you know, easy, like I just paid attention and did it real slow so it wasn't jagged. And then I just glued it using my mono liquid glue, right? So each side I put the paper on here, and then I wrapped gold ribbon around each of these. I still wanted them to be able to pick it up, so I didn't want to obstruct this very much. And then I put a piece of designer paper in here. And then what I did is I took my Peaceful Noel stamp set and I stamped right here on this wood. And what I did is I used gold ink and embossing powder. You could just use gold ink. It's going to soak into this wood. And what you have to do is when you're stamping, you see I'm reaching inside and I'm pressing the wood here from up while I'm pressing the stamp down, because this isn't, I mean, it's not the most solid quality. In fact, some of my little pieces here can pop off of the couple that I have my essential oils in. And then if you press too hard, you're going to break them. So you've got to be really delicate. So I just went ahead and I stamped this at different places. And I went off the edge just to give it, you know, somewhat of a fun look. Just like that. And then what I did, you can heat set that. I put on this side, what I did is I did gold embossing. So you can kind of see it's a little bit shiny. After I stamped it, I put gold embossing powder over it and I heat set it. What I realized is that really wasn't even necessary after one of the other steps that I did. So the very last thing I did is I just took a gold Sharpie. For your holiday season, you're going to want to pick up a pack of these gold, silver, and copper Sharpies. I talk about them all the time, but definitely for the holidays, you're going to want them. So I just add a couple little dots kind of around where I feel like it needs to be filled in. Just like that. And then what I did is I sprayed the whole thing with this. Now let me tell you guys, you have to spray this outside. And when I brought this back inside after spraying it, I had to open up my whole craft room because just bringing this back inside after spraying it, the room smelled so bad. And I have a pretty open craft area. So I sprayed the paper and you can see that the paper, I don't know if you can hear that. The paper ends up being a little bit more stiff after you spray it. And then same thing with the ribbon. I took a lighter to the edges of the ribbon to seal it, but then when this stuff went over it, you can see my ribbon is really, it's a lot stiffer. It's not as pliable. So the reason I did small bows is because I was out of gold ribbon. So I had to do smaller bows. So then I sprayed, you can see the difference between the two colors. That's because this is sprayed with the seal. So what I wanted to make sure is, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to put in this in a minute, but if this was sitting on a desk or a table, somebody sat down a glass and you know, the condensation got, if it got wet right here, I didn't want the paper to curl or rip. So that's why I sprayed, and I was just going to spray the paper, but as I sprayed, it changed the color of the wood. So I was like, well, I'm going to have to spray the whole thing. So I sprayed this edge, and then for inside, I just sprayed the bottom of it so that the paper was coated with that clear seal. And again, if it got wet, it wouldn't get ruined. So now that I've stamped this, that's why I realized I really did not need to do the embossing, because once I spray the seal over this, it will seal that stamping and it won't matter. So inside for the gals at the school and the office, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a candle in here. I'm going to put their favorite candy. And then if you look at Target or Walmart, the Burt's Bee often will have little gift sets that will have like a lotion, a chapstick, and like a cuticle like lotion. And so I'm going to put that in the front. And so I'll put a little bit of tissue paper, so they'll have a candle, their favorite candy, and then a little gift set. And then I'll put a card in here as well. And then you could wrap it in the clear saran wrap, so it was like a little gift that you gave, or you could just give it like this. I'll probably add a tag maybe to it. And even our last project that we made, this right here, the ornament, this would be really pretty hanging off the edge of this as well. So you could attach this right to that, and it would be a great little tag, and you could even, you know, write their name on the back of this. There's enough room on the back to write, but it would be really pretty on here as well. So there's lots of different things that you could do with this little crate. And so as I am trying to remind you guys to keep things really simple, keep your eye out for little things like this that you can just add a little bit of paper, a ribbon, and maybe something stamped, and then you keep it simple and you get to use those supplies. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this. I'll be back tomorrow to share with you guys some Memory Keeping Friday. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and watching my videos. Here are 2 other of my most recent videos. I would love for you guys to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will catch you in my next video. I hope you all have a wonderful day.